Let's light it up!
Into the wind! Clouds high, the birds call!
Everybody stand back!
Just like we rehearsed!
One with nature!
Let's light it up!
Wind strike!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help! Come on, Traveler, you can take them!
One with nature!
Torn to oblivion!
Shogun? Wait, no! Kuro!
Oh, it's you two. It has been a long time. We have not seen each other.
Okay, sounds more like A. You sure made short work of them! That was amazing!
I'm making early preparations for what is to come. Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never since then. Every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking...
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all...
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse... Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you. If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura...
A disaster?
Yes. 500 years ago, everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the rift hounds were all... Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts. So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, but an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together. From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace Company. Having someone uber power... Oh yeah, after we've dealt with the monsters, we should ask... This color! It's similar to the color when the sacred Sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Into the wind!
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh? What's this? Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey. But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
I can't go on like this. Now,
What happened here? Could you tell us?
who are you? What are you doing here? Run quick while you still can! The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping. We will defend Inazuma. Until you don't know? Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path. Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now! There's no time left! The almighty shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigu. There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's the shogun? You're back! Please, we beg you. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. There are no monsters.
what? But how? Just moments ago, they were I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
I think I understand. Almighty Shogun. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
What's wrong with him?
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand.
If I am not mistaken, the sacred Sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hound's attack, an entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words,
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin. The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late. Otherwise, it would spread to all of Teyvat. But my friend, Kitsune Saigu, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. I never had the chance to see her one last time. But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those
Hey!
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring all my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought when I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep all those who sacrificed themselves back then, gave their lives fighting for a future. But as Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood, I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
Come on.
There are a load of rift hounds here too!
Leave them to me. Torn to oblivion! Inazuma shines eternal!
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Why would you ask that?
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go!
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any time. I must be prepared for anything. If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun. The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey! The same light is leaking out again!
Furuyama? Is that you?
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skill. It sounds like the Almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current. After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do? Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there.
I see. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless. And now the Almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the Almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then? People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life. But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The almighty shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories, I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end. So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty shogun rebuilds it anew. But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now, but to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself. I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the... Leave it to us.
But... Well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Where should we go to find a tea set? Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
It's the Traveler! And the almighty Shogun! How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure! I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Well, It's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at all.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations now. It seems like she was right.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is an ambition, is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of... Yes, it does. But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature...
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better?
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity. But now, I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences...
Almighty Shogun! I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your Excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty.
Let us return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
Looking for a tea set himself, would he?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long.
So we won't get to drink his tea? We didn't even have a...
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him... Well, this chance won't come often. And we do have a tea set. I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should... The tea is ready. Please give it a try. So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back... I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably light. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend...
She died in that disaster too?
Yes. She went to Konria alone, without telling. Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, at this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or, yes, it was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point. So it was there that we bid each other a final farewell. Why did she go to Konria first, and not I? It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. No one questioned it. And yet, its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect with the help of the sacred Sakura's power.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Yes. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again, but even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, and it's time I came to terms with it all.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced—
Brother? I had heard— You mean to say that he was somehow—
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over. And also, my mind was so.
Oh, well, boy.
With this last cup of tea, thank you, Destiny.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last. Once again, please—
Hey!
Shine down!
Are you alright?
I'm fine.
Now you shall perish! There is no escape!
My apologies.
Don't worry about it. Just we'll deal with the monster. Look, that's the same light again.
Where am I? Who are you? Almighty Shogun, you're here too? Are you injured, Your Excellency?
I'm quite all right.
We, the Shogunate Samurai, will defend the Shogun until the very end.
Come on, man. They're coming back for more.
Don't! It's too—
Danger is our duty, ma'am. If we were the kinds to shy away from danger, we never would have taken up arms to begin with.
No need to worry, Almighty Shogun. When the situation looks bleak, we will draw on the power granted.
Is that a vision?
It certainly is. I know the gods are omnipotent, and their willingness to grant their power to humans means they have high expectations for us. If the Almighty Shogun is in trouble, now of all times is the moment—
So that's how samurai of that era understood visions, huh?
Nobody knew where Your Excellency had gone, and we were starting to despair. But now just the sight of you appearing before us once more has reignited. This hope is the light that will guide us out from the—
Everyone, on me!
We'll help too!
Huh? Affirmative, but watch your backs.
Protect the Almighty Shogun!
Right this on for size!
One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. Time to go. Into the wind.
Magical left!
The wind knows me.
Let's light it up! Off we go! Everybody stand back!
One with nature.
It seems like their attacks are finally over.
I've never fought so fiercely before.
Thank you all.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You fought phenomenally. It was truly awe-inspiring. The monsters will definitely come back. And when they do, it'll be more— Quickly, escort Her Excellency back to Inazuma's—
When everyone sees the Almighty Shogun—
Well, what are you guys gonna do?
We will stay here and guard against the monsters' advance. We cannot afford to— We are brothers in arms. As long as we stick together, we can face any number of monsters that—
Just leave it to us. But the Almighty Shogun is the only one of— No matter what kind of threat faces Ina's—
Thank you all very much. I should not have left it this late to make this promise. But from this moment—
Don't worry, Your Excellency. We will never doubt your word. With you leading us, we will claim back—
Glory to the Shogun! Glory to the Shogun!
They're gone.
It was both. The people's sacrifice has always caused me immense pain. But indwelling, the result being that in the centuries you could take the view that whatever I say to them is meaningless. But even so, they are due a resolution.
Well, Paimon thinks that even if it's a few hundred years later, you're doing right by them now. And that's what counts.
Thank you for your comforting words. But I used to think just like that samurai, that I was first and foremost a warrior, and my only duty was to face whatever challenge came my way. But what Inazuma needs more than a warrior is someone like Makoto. Even though I am utterly unlike Makoto, and can never become the person she was, I still need to do the things that she would have done. Yes, they are. They are strong and resilient, and have much to be proud of. As the Raiden shogun they revere, I should not be the one to hold them back.
Well said. Sounds to Paimon like you figured things out.
Change will come to Inazuma, and with it, new possibilities. This will take time, but eventually, no matter how long it takes, I am committed to bringing this to fruition. This is now that we've dealt with the Rift Hounds, this matter is halfway resolved. It does not appear that the threat will escalate for the time being. I will leave the Tenryo and Yashiro commissions to
Alrighty then, let's move on. It looks calm on the outside, but Paimon bets her emotions must be all over. She seems to have changed a lot since we last met her. Huh? What's wrong, eh? Come on, keep up! What's going on? Are you feeling unwell again?
my body. It looks like the situation. No need. Can you help me walk? I need to go to the cave.
Why? What's in there?
A battleground. What?
Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Protection of the electro archon. May the blossoms of the sacred We're finally here.
Whoa! Where'd that Torii gate come from?
It's getting worse again. This is a place I want.
Huh? What are you talking about? And who is she?
Follow me.
Where are we Paimon's dizzy. Where did we get sucked into this time? Whoa. This place... Look! It's another egg!
We meet again, traveler. This body is an assistant to the one within, but it is also the guardian of the rules. Should the one within wish to stray from the rules, this body shall stand in her way.
Wait! Paimon knows that voice! Is that... the puppet?
You have wandered the realm in my body, and you appear to have grasped the truth. You believe your present self has greater certainty than your former self. Thus, but have you really been enlightened with new ideas? Or have you been... I'm here to show you my answer. We are both warriors, and the dialogue we must now have shall be conducted by the blade alone.
Wait! The atmosphere in here just took a turn for the...
The discomfort I was experiencing earlier was caused by the Shogun rejecting my... as she indicates. Once I started entertaining the idea of change, I became... But inside a realm of consciousness, I exist independently of her. She cannot affect me in this way. Though she is a puppet, the shogun has her own consciousness too. When necessary, she appears here to confront me.
Paimon gets that everyone has their internal battles and Hei's showdown with the shogun?
The rules I set for the shogun are... No. I would not try to change her.
Isn't there any other way? Can't you talk it through or something? But they both just want the best.
My form is a symbol of supreme majesty, in which has been vested power over all the realm. It is the cohesive embodiment. It inherits A's pain. The pain of inevitable loss. Every action undertaken is determination, courage, love, hatred. Only rules shall remain constant. Those were my thoughts when I created you. Now, they are towering obstacles that I have no choice but to You wish to make yourself... I am your past, the everlasting law, the guardian of eternity. And I am she who promised a dream to her subjects. Raiden A. In the end, even the proud and mighty Oni maiden was cut down in disgrace. Though your blade has been cleansed of her blood and filth, never shall it shine as brightly as it once did. Weak! Be gone! Torn to oblivion! Inferior! The Kitsune sakura blossoms that once filled the skies fell to the ground as pitch-black rain. As long as the ley lines flow, the relentless erosion of time will never stop.
She's completely recovered?
A fleeting shadow. There is no escape. Pathetic. Be gone! Torn to oblivion! Weak! Illusion shattered! The divine lightning that envelops all of Inazuma will fade silently into the clouds. There shall never be another. Never. For the rest of time. Now you shall perish! Inferior. There is no escape! Weak. Be gone! Illusion shattered! I shall not fall here! The eye sweeps the lands! Shine down! This ends now. Inazuma shines eternal! Lightning falls on the land of eternity! Only emptiness awaits.
Have you finally defeated her?
It appears your martial prowess has not dulled. But how long can your will remain strong?
How the heck?
In this realm of consciousness, her existence, she was built to resist erosion.
Then, does that mean
Maybe. But I have to prove to her that my present will... If I don't do this, the Shogun's... This is my duty. No matter how long this battle may last. Months, years, centuries. And no matter how many times we must fight. 500 years ago, humanity here in the present, they It is about time I understand that. I fight for the everlasting future. I vow to the subjects of Inazuma that during my absence...
But this
Pass on my words.
Looks like we got kicked out. Oh, what do we do? Are we really just gonna leave A and the Shogun? She was making sense. And maybe this is the only way to change the Shogun's rules, but still. Right? Also, A can be pretty stubborn at times. And what if she gets too obsessed with winning and she forgets why she's there in the first place? It could happen. Yeah, we should help her out, like we did last. Is there any way we can cut down how long she needs to spend in there? Or, help her win the fight? Well, whatever. We can't let anything bad happen. Oh, but we also can't get in there anymore. Okay, well, first things first. We gotta find a way back in. Oh, come on, brain juice. Don't feel Paimon now. Oh, you're right. Who knows if she really understands these consciousness...
Someone's not in the best of moods. I hope you realize how lucky you are. If it was anyone else, I don't think
But you're always smiling.
That was a figure of speech. Do you understand? Nitpick.
Oh, yeah. Something really big's happened. It's A. She...
Oh, okay, I see. So, A's decided to palm Inazuma, impossibly stubborn. Jumps straight to the most extreme course of action imaginable. Presumes her sheer will can see her through, despite a near impossible... You know as well as I do that she's always been like this. Why start fretting about it now? Rushed into it without thinking. Well put. Oh, she acts... So you seem to be under the impression that I am able to offer...
Is she playing dumb? She's doing this on purpose, for sure.
Aha, you're learning, little one. But really, the truth of the matter is that I don't know much. All I know is that it's the foundation of the sacred Sakura. And from what I've heard, it's a little different from...
Because Raiden Makoto is no longer alive?
Not just because of that. The nature of the space itself is different in some way. But I can only speculate. You're the ones who have actually been there, so you tell me. Anyway, we needn't worry about the details too much. It'll just be a little first things first. Follow me
By the protection of the Electro-Archon. May the blossom...
Now then, I always have my ways. It's just to the outsider, the realm of consciousness is a very abstract concept. In other words, even though I can't pinpoint the exact spatial location of the...
So, it's abstract, but has a location, but you don't know where it is.
Yes, no need to try and understand it. Let me put this simply. Everything is turbulent and disordered. If you try to force your way, this is precisely why when entering the plane of euthymia...
What? Alright, well, Paimon's staying here then. You two can go in.
Suit yourself. Worst case scenario, all we stand to lose is A. So what's the big deal?
You... Paimon's had it up to here with both of you.
Oh, well, if you're quite sure, then of course. Oh, nothing. It just seems extraordinarily... By the way, remember to focus constantly on your heart. Only a strong enough will can prevent you from being swallowed by the giant waves of abstract space. Well then, the door's open. Hop on in. I'll stay outside and provide what stability I can. I'm placing my god in your capable hands. For my sake, and for Inazuma's, please. Bring her back.
Miko, you better know what you're doing.
That's enough chatter. Remember to focus constantly on your heartfelt wishes when you enter inside. Only if you are strong enough can I deliver you to the right destination.
How can this be? You have returned. But how were you able to get back in? And how come you have not changed at all in all this is a duel to remember? It is as if we have returned to the moment when the laws of eternity were first established. Over countless battles, not once have you lost, and never have you shown the... Had I made all enemies of eternity stand against you, for your firm commitment to enforcing the... You bring honor to the... Now these two return once more to this space. Then, let this be our final duel, the conclusion to that which began 500 years ago. Final duel? Stand back, traveler. I'm going to be the start of something new. The time our duels took to fight was long enough to witness the rise and fall of nations. The energy they consumed, great enough to vaporize the ocean and turn day into night. And the will they demanded, sufficient to penetrate minds and crush dreams. You have endured. I will endure forever. Witness illusion shattered. The final calamity. Inferior. Purge all obstacles. This is the end. I believed you were incapable of transcending the past. But it seems my belief was based... But a will that cannot be eroded has no way. You need not worry about the future. I know your power more than anyone else. Had I relied upon... Yet, my reason for fighting redefined my martial prowess and redrew my limits. I now carry the gaze, and whenever I think of this, I feel something stirring within Musou Ishin. The blade that I inherited from Makoto seems to be trying to guide me. I noticed it also. Just now in the heat of battle, this power is beyond the limits of my understanding. This blade belonged to Makoto. Perhaps it can only respond to me with its full power. When I clasped Musou Ishin in my hands, I had the feeling that she was by my side once again. It was at once a familiar feeling and a strange one. You have my approval. Your present will is not the product of erosion. I shall no longer stop you from From this day forth, this body will remain your assistant. I won't design any more rules that can never be changed. You used to represent my past, but from today onward, you are me. Makoto never saw me as a fearless weapon. You truly have changed. I suppose this is... I understand. I shall become your shadow, just as you were once Makoto's shadow. The duties I perform will not change. But as a warrior, I look forward to the chat. Do you say this because... It was simply a new experience for me. One that is worth reliving.
Have you finished fighting then?
Hello, A. And greetings. I am Raiden Makoto, the previous Electro Archon, who failed in my duties and left you all. Makoto? I'm so happy. You've come so far. I left a faint fragment of my will in Muso Ishin, so that in the moment that you unleashed its full power... A convoluted way to reach you, but... Well, you held such deep... There was no time to wait for you to have a change of heart. Please forgive me. All I could do was find some way to wait, but... You never mentioned... Everything happened so suddenly. I've always felt terrible for having to I should have been the one to impart these ideas to you. Did you know what was about to happen in Conria? I had some sense of it. That place was not somewhere... In my present form, I can no longer perceive time. I don't know how long we have been, but I know that this must have been an extremely arduous journey for... Don't look down on me. See? You admit it. It was with this possibility in mind that I left a part... Here, take it. But it is you who must take them...
Turned into a seed?
The miracle tree that blesses the people, in this moment new to the world and yet to be known. When to plant it, where it shall bloom, she who brings it into being must let her heart and dreams decide. Grant it life, eh? Is it really? Eternity extends time into infinity. Dreams illuminate each moment within. When both shine in unison, the sacred Sakura blooms from the darkness, finally free from the clutches of the heavenly principles. Now the nightmare has dissipated, and reality is made whole. The vision we both yearn for is still further ahead. My only regret is that I cannot witness Inazuma's future. Nor can I walk this journey with you. Do you know, A? I am so happy right now, because my final wish has now come true. Your polearm once protected me from countless calamities. For this, I've always felt indebted to you. Though I could never repay you in full, this sacred Sakura will buy you some time until you are ready to awaken and embrace the new. What do you think? Did it do the trick? This time, it really is goodbye, eh? Goodbye, Makoto.
So the A of the present planted the sacred sock. No matter what you make of it, it's quite...
All of this is thanks to Makoto's power. Her eternity is a concept intimately connected with time.
A place where time is meaningless and cannot be understood with ordinary logic. Perhaps that is the reason why you were able to... And yet, that sense of disorderliness has...
I don't fully understand yet.
Well, I'm not convinced...
Without the sacred Sakura, Inazuma would likely have been completely swallowed up
I know you've always perceived there was something special about the sacred Sakura, but to me, it has always been... You've tried in the past to prove to me that there's a connection between the sacred Sakura and Makoto's consciousness.
No, but I understand why now. It was because the sacred Sakura hadn't even been planted then.
But don't you think that tree looked a lot different than how it does now?
The sacred sakura is within my purview at the shrine, so obviously I get to prune it exactly how I like it.
Ugh. Now we see who's pulling this.
I'm joking. That tree has been through a lot since it first sprouted. We have the loving care of Kitsune over the ages to thank for her, and obviously I played my part. It's fair to say that very little time passed between the moment you came out of that realm and the moment you re-entered it. But a traveler, if I'm guessing correctly, you were repeating your wishes to yourself in your mind, weren't you? At that time, I could sense A's whereabouts, but I also sensed anomalies in the... Suffice to say, time added a whole new dimension to our search. Fortunately, your will was strong enough that the turbulence carried you to the moment in time most likely to be the intersection of all that you were wishing for. The flow of turbulence may well have been influenced by Makoto, but it took everyone's efforts combined to ultimately help A. So this time, it looks like thanks are due to...
Does that mean it wasn't by chance that we ended up at the final duel?
I thought that the flow of time was the same on the... My first thought was... But it turned out you had come to rescue me. You too have my thanks.
A...
My body has fully recovered, and the Shogun's will...
Always thrilled to hear you're in good health. But I was... After all, you saw Makoto in there, didn't...
I only heard her voice. I'll be fine. It brought a few things back, I have to say. This has reminded me once again just how... She even factored my immaturity into her... It's all thanks to her that Inazuma lived to see this day. I just planted a seed.
Yeah, it was thanks to everything you did that you got to see her again. That's amazing!
Thank you.
Today, at long last, you and Inazuma finally... Makoto and you are Inazuma's past and future.
It's rare to hear such comforting words from you.
Oh, come on. You only think it's rare because you never...
Makoto said the exact same thing!
Great minds think alike, I wonder, does that qualify me to, maybe, take the position of shogun for a couple of days? Actually, no. Forget that. Far more trouble than it's...
We will have to end the frivolities there. The Shogun and I will closely review the Inazuma of today to find out where things... After that...
Really? That's...
I am no longer pursuing an eternity defined by stasis. In which I don't doubt that many challenges lie ahead for Inazuma. I'm looking forward to it. Many challenges still lie ahead for Inazuma, but I am prepared for them.